Here are your hosts, Scott the Bear and Jeremiah the Johnson.
Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. My name is Scott.
And I'm Jeremiah.
And we are back for this very spooky month of months.
Woo! Halloween month. Which, the month is actually October.
Halloween month.
You know, I've been finding
Halloween
myself just saying Halloween when I mean October a lot.
I say Halloween month.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll just say, oh, like this Halloween. And they're like, I'm like, oh, I forget, like, Halloween to me is just 31 days.
A lot of people, Halloween's like less than a week.
No, yeah, for me it's October 1st, and it's hard to even hold on to that.
September 1st, for me, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, you actually went through and charged through.
I was decorating.
Yeah, you charged through like fucking 20 some odd movies in September.
Yeah,
horror
20
movies,
some odd. I never counted, actually. That's actually interesting.
Yeah.
I never went back and counted.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep with my
and I also watch more
calendar.
I also watch horror TV series too. I mean,
you watched a shitload of stuff. Yeah, you were a complete useless fucking lump for the month of September, and we're not even into real Halloween month yet. Well, now we are. Now that we're recording this, but you know what? We're a podcast. We do things. We talk.
That's a near definition of a podcast.
We do things.
Well, I guess I think I'm being prompted to explain the show for anyone who's a newbie.
Yeah, fuck it.
All right. Well, we're a podcast.
And we talk. So
now we take weird news stories from the internet and we try to twist them into new content, whether it be new TV show ideas, movie ideas, comic ideas. It doesn't matter. We just take that content and run with it and make even newer content than the content we were starting with. And in addition to that, we also make up our own songs, skits. We have celebrity interviews. In fact, last week's episode, we had Jamie Lee Curtis on.
Yes,
it was
right.
very nice.
Very real
Jamie
Lee Curtis. Might have been spelled a little differently than what you're used to.
And we also teased that we would have a guest coming up this month who is a returning guest. We teased it. We did not actually say his name. People could probably figure it out from more or less the context and the month. And I think we said his character's name too, but he's a past guest. We're not scheduled 100% yet, but we've gotten the okay, so we're loosely saying we're going to have a guest later, but we're not going to commit to fully saying it until we get the commitment on my phone from his text that says, here's the date and time, because so far all we've got is a loose yes.
Which is why it was great to just essentially announce it just then. Yeah. Instead of just not
I realized I should have walked it back, but once
we
you get
should have
so
just
far,
not mentioned it. We could have been just
we would have been fine.
But you know what? No, you know what? We're putting it out there in the universe. We're going to make this.
We probably have a guest.
Yes.
And maybe another. And maybe another. Who knows?
Wow, we're really putting shit out in the universe.
We don't know. We don't know.
I'm going to talk to,
Yep.
Norm Macdonald's on the show next week.
Oh, too soon.
Oh, it is. It's always going to be too soon. That guy, we lost a national treasure by both nations. He's a Canadian turned American, who's also always a Canadian. So,
was he buried half on the border, half each side?
Yes, they chopped him in pieces and mailed him to different countries. Like, this is not the respect that Norm Macdonald deserves.
He really liked that one afternoon he had in Paris. they get like a finger.
They just filled a giant cowboy hat that he used on SNL playing Burt Reynolds with all his body parts and mailed it to New York City. New York City! Anyway, rest in peace, Norm Macdonald, we'll say. I mean, it's been a while since he's passed, but he...
been a while since he's been alive, but we still love him.
Yeah, but I know, that one threw everybody for a loop. And man, talk about one that will be missed. But you know what? We're going to have alive people on the show at various times. Thank you for tuning in.
All right. As far as housekeeping and news goes for the show, we do have one other thing to cover real quick. Anyone who's a longtime listener who's been to our website in the past may have noticed it was down for a short period of time.
There was no website.
We took it down completely because it was old, it was outdated, it didn't have any of the bells and whistles you'd come to expect from a high-end podcast
Podcasts
website.
Always have I hope this next one is just called Bells and Whistles.
Yeah.
There he is like, okay, click on bell. Bing, bong, bong. Whistle.
Yeah, as all the bells and whistles.
Okay, that's two different
bells.
bells.
It would have to be a bell and whistle randomizer with every combination and sound clip ever.
You know, okay, after this, just because of the funniness of it, we should download, I'll just download off splice.com like 20 different bells and 20 different whistles, load them up into a player, and have and just literally just put a bells and whistles
on the website,
on the navigation bar.
Oh yeah, speaking of which,
and literally just do that. Yeah,
we now have a new website up and running.
That's right. Yes. So.
Yep. So once again, you can go to lostathomepodcast.com. That is our website. You will see the fully new revamped one.
It's beautiful, by the way. Scott has put a lot of work into this.
It has features the old one never had. It actually has something that we never had before, which is something still underway. So if you go, say, the day you're listening to this, and then you go back a week from then, you might even see more new content because we are trying to find
dumping all the old
every bit of audio and video we've ever made. Currently, it has 10 times the amount our old website had.
Yeah, we were sitting out on the porch just 2 days ago doing some like show notes and stuff, and we while sitting out there came up with 3, I think, songs and a couple of skits that I hadn't even sent you that we totally forgot about. Remember this? So.
Oh, there's going to be a large amount more, I got a feeling, coming up there. And anything else that we make in the future, you'll see a header with music, something called Lost and Found, where if you click on that, we have our old Patreon content, all of our skits, all of our commercials. Yep. There's a music category with every song Jer's made. Pretty much you just make all the music for the show. So yeah, it's a whole lot of that, plus some Sonic Jalopy.
That's right. And we and honestly, we won't tell you what it does, but go ahead and hit that Get Lost button when you see that popping up.
I like the Get Lost button. That was a fun feature that I played with.
Not going to tell you what it does, just hit it.
Honestly, I hope this is put up with enough time for me to tweak it ever so slightly, because it does go to 1 or 2 dead pages because of what it does.
Hey, you know what? That's getting pretty lost in my book.
Yeah, fine, yeah, honestly.
You're driving off a fucking cliff in the goddamn interwebs.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to end up accidentally purchasing a fucking hitman on the dark web with one of these clips.
And if you're a new listener and you hear us say we do interviews with celebrities, and you're like, who? There's an interviews tab at the top, and it's just one long scroll page of everyone we've ever fucking had on the show.
Which is a lot.
And it is a lot. It was mind-boggling once I went through all the names and started collecting all the information. Just how many people we've had on this show.
There's ones we're always touting the top of the top. We're always touting oh yeah, Dan Harmon, Lloyd Kaufman, Larry Cohen. We're
fucking forgot about Eli Craig.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I forgot we talked to Eli Craig. Tucker and Dale versus Evil and Little Evil.
Yeah.
2 brilliant horror movies.
Yep.
And I forgot we even sat down and talked to him.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of folks out there we've done that with, of course, let alone a shitload of the Ash versus Evil Dead cast as well. So
I did one thing that I didn't tell you, Jer, and this will be kind of helpful for anyone who goes to our website and checks it out, is anyone whose name is blue instead of black, and I may change up how I do this in the future, but is dead.
Oh shit!
Because we've interviewed people who have since passed.
Larry Cohen was not too long after we interviewed him that he passed.
Yep, and Carter Mays was also pretty much right after we killed 2 people, ladies and gentlemen. We
killed two horror we killed horror legend Larry Cohen, who was, I mean, believe me, if we did that, we deserve to be ripped apart.
Yep.
That man was a fucking brilliant genius. If those things are not redundant, then they are.
Now, Jared doesn't know anything about this, and we have one more little segment before we jump into the show proper, which is bullet points and spiderweb droppings. There is a movie review portion coming up in 2 seconds, but Jared, I did not tell you this. I bought those Pokemon Oreos that everyone's talking about. I bought 2 bags of them.
You did?
And you know what I have on my coffee table? A Ziploc bag where I'm collecting the ones I'm going to eBay.
Oh my god, you're the fucking worst.
I price checked, and I can do it. I have the Charmander, and I looked, and yesterday one sold on eBay for $50. Just the Charmander Oreo.
Dude, this is ridiculous.
So I am going to put it on auction for $49.99 to undercut the other person, and I'm going to try to sell a fucking Oreo cookie for $50. And I'm looking for the Mew one, because the Mew is sold on eBay for $10,000.
Christ almighty.
I saw other Mews. Apparently people are finding that more packs are being opened, so the price is dropping, but I saw some that sold yesterday for $1,000.
Yes, too much money for a cookie?
This is gross. This is the worst face of capitalism.
You are doing the right thing.
I am going to take someone's money, because if you think
if you were paying the money, I would be giving you shit. You are taking the money. You know what? And honestly,
if someone thinks that cookie's worth $1,000, I want your fucking dumbass money.
Yeah.
You don't deserve that $1,000
did you read? This is something we didn't make to the show.
I'm going to take all your cookie money.
We're trying to do so I'm going to get into a story before we actually get into stories, but this is just a brief aside, because this was not Halloween-y, so I didn't put it in the
this wasn't Halloween either. I just needed to share it.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that's pretty solid. But but that reminded me of there's a story going around, it's all over the place. People have probably heard it by now. But
the Democrats are having trouble getting their infrastructure bill passed. Jesus Christ, it's not that podcast, Jer.
Well, fucking ruin it. Spoiler alert. No, there was a I can't remember where it was. It was Denmark or something like that, where a museum paid a guy, an artist, $84,000 to recreate this piece of art, and the guy just took the money and then gave back 2 blank canvases that were titled "Take the Money and Run."
Yep.
They're like, "You owe us that money back." He's like, "Fuck you, I do."
Titled as in he didn't even write it on the canvas. It was like a note next to it.
Yes, and to say, and they were like, "You gotta owe us that money back." He's like, "Fuck you, I do," and because he was pointing out like all the like how he's gotten stiffed before, like, and he's like, "This is like." Anybody working in these kind of shitty conditions, like, fuck it, just take the money and run. So, like, kudos to that artist. Also, just for taking advantage of the fucking shitty art market anyway. So,
yeah.
Anyway, that was a little aside, but we...
Both of those were asides.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm hoping for the best for you. Like, make some money.
Oh, I'll give updates on the show. I'm going to have a weekly cookie update on how much money I make. By the way, I'm being a good boy here. I opened the pack, and as I'm looking... I first eBayed values to figure out which ones were complete edibles and which ones were valuables.
Yeah.
So as I open it, I'm just pulling one out, looking, eating. And then when I'm full, like I had 3 or 4 and didn't find anything, slid it shut and didn't like take them all out and like pour over them on the table like smog with my gold.
Throw the ones away that are only edible. You're like,
no, I'm eating them like a normal human going through. But if I pull one out and it's a Pikachu or a Mew... It's going in a Ziploc bag and it's going on eBay and I'm going to steal someone's fucking cookie money.
I just picture you eating a box at a time. I mean, a whole carton box, whatever, at a time, and just being like, oh yeah, just like a normal human would. You know, actually, that's probably more normal. I think more people are apt to eat an entire pack. That's what they're called, packs of Oreos.
I think on my end, I just want to brag that I made money off of a fucking Oreo off some loser.
I mean, if you sell that $150 one, how much are you ahead? $48
yeah. On cookies. But the flip side of it is the guy who's like, he's like lost his girlfriend. He can't pay his mortgage. Like, you bought another cookie? His wife yelling at him?
Or either that or the guy trying to do what you do, but he's gotten like the shaft luck, so he's getting like 65 boxes of
empty Oreos.
His whole paycheck goes
diabetic.
Because he also doesn't want to waste the food.
I just got lucky. Like I think I pulled 5 out of the thing to eat, and I saved 2 that are valuable.
Okay, sweet. That's pretty awesome.
And I was like, cool. I've already got 2. Well, Kelly's like, are you really doing this? I'm like, I'm doing this for the show. I'm doing this for our family.
Are we gonna send our kids to college if I don't eat all these Oreos?
If I could sell one for $10,000, I'm going to brag about it till the end of days.
Oh, man. And
I'm on the right side of history on it. Like, no one can be like, dude, what a loser. But like, no. I spent $2 on Oreos and made 10 grand.
Oh, people selling it
are... entrepreneur.
People selling it are absolutely in the right here. I just also imagine you setting that aside, being so excited, and then just like accidentally thwacking it off the table and just shattering it to
cat paws it off.
$10,000 just shattered into pieces.
Get stoned and just blindly reach down and pick it up and eat it.
Honey, remember when I said nothing could be worse than me losing the password to my Bitcoin wallet?
So how did you get divorced? I ate an Oreo. She left me so fucking fast when I ate that Oreo. Yeah, you need to tell me the story.
You're just dipping $10,000 in milk. Oh my god. All right. Well, we are going to do something that we do in the month of October is we like to give our horror movie recommendations. Could be horror shows. I might even toss a book or 2 in there. We do this little quick one at the beginning of the show. Scott, you're up first with your horror movie recommendation for the first week of Halloween month.
Off of Shudder, I watched Superhost.
Still have not seen it. Been on the top of my list. I'm going to watch it pretty soon. It sounded very fun.
Superhost is essentially a couple of YouTube vloggers who do a travel channel show where they review people's Airbnbs.
Right.
And they go to this country Airbnb with a super weird owner.
I didn't realize a superhost is a real thing.
She's a superhost.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was a real thing. But
I did not either until
I've never hosted,
it.
But I've talked to people who've hosted. They're like, "Oh, I'm a superhost." I'm like, "Oh, it's a real." I Googled it, and apparently, it's a superhost is when you're actually an Airbnb host.
It's good. Don't watch any trailers. Go in blind. That's the best way to do it. There is a twist.
Yep, I have not watched any trailers.
And the main actress who is the superhost is awesome. I want to see her career from this point forward.
Yeah.
If she keeps doing horror, I'm in. Fuck, if she does anything else, I'm in. She's a great actress.
Yeah.
It has lots of twists and turns, and it leaves you a little confused at points, but then it resolves itself. It's good. It's good.
And here we are trying to get a Shudder subscription for free once again, because I'm going to also...
Shudder, sponsor us.
I'm also going to recommend one from Shudder that technically is a re-recommendation, because I recommended this last year, but I'd seen it on the festival circuit. By that I mean... they had the more like VOD streaming festivals last year because of COVID.
Yep.
So I got lucky and got in a couple of them. And The Columnist I mentioned last year as being awesome, but it just launched on Shudder, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. So I'm just going to do a re-recommendation because it was my favorite.
What was that one?
The Columnist.
Yeah.
That one is, it's a great cathartic movie. It's a Dutch movie from Netherlands. And they, it's about
No. Keep describing it without ever mentioning the plot. It's
and
cathartic.
Runs at 93 minutes.
2020, 93 minutes. Dance around it.
Subtitles, unless you're Netherlandic.
Done.
No, so this it's about like a female journalist who is trolled online by a bunch of misogynistic, sexist trolls, as people are wont to be, especially women in that field, and she decides to take some very cathartic revenge on them by tracking them down, and it's definitely an anti-hero. It's a dark comedy. Root for the bad guy, quote unquote bad guy, who is actually the good guy in my opinion in this. So it's if you're not one of these male chauvinist pieces of shit trolling women online, you might actually get some enjoyment out of this. Otherwise, you might be terrified for your life by seeing what this woman does to these fucking trolls. So, highly recommended. It is now on Shudder.
Now, how are the special effects in the trolls? Are they CG, like 3 foot tall, like green, or are they like the ones from Troll 2, like which aren't even trolls or goblins?
Goblins, yeah.
Are they more like goblins?
These are less like goblins or trolls in that sense, in that they're more all absolutely human beings.
See, I want a movie that someone needs to make this, and then maybe this is my new content for just your movie pick. But I want a movie where someone's being harassed on the internet, and it deals with trolling and the side effects of it, and like say someone commits suicide close to this person, all that, and then when they end up finding like they get really into it, they hire a private investigator, they search down the troll farm, and then it ends up being a troll farm. It's full of real trolls, and they're on computers, and they're chained up and they're whipped and treated bad, so you feel bad for the trolls. Something similar was done recently, and I can't remember what show it was, but where the person went out to go and find the it may have been like what a troll farm with like wooden fences and free range trolls, and then you got rooms with them. There was like a long red barn, but inside is like a family style dinner table, like one long table, and they're all at little laptops. Yeah, they're working away. And
I got to remember what the hell show it was, but it was something.
Really, it wasn't somebody's done this.
It wasn't anything like that exactly. But they came across the troll, but it turned out to be a real troll. But they luckily kept them talking until the daylight came up, and they turned to stone in an alleyway. And I can't remember what the fuck it was. It was something like What We Do in the Shadows or something like that. It was one of those like wacky little shows. Anyway,
okay, cool.
Can't remember what the fuck it was, man.
When you think of it, let me know. And the rest of you listeners, Google is your friend, so Google that stuff.
And we're in the middle of the show, so I'm not going to spend a bunch of time Googling it because we want to go into part of the show proper, but not really the show proper. We're going to start with bullet points and try not to spend the normal 45 minutes on these.
All right, we can go pretty quick on these.
Bullet points, bang, 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 bullet points. This is a 32-minute theme song. Bullet points. Oh,
it's gonna be a Halloween edition. Like, oh no, Jason, bang. Oh no, Mike Myers, bang.
No, Michael Myers from Michael Myers Heating and Plumbing.
Yes.
Wrong murder charge. Murder charge. Making a theme song. Murder charge. Anyway, bullet points.
All right. The first one. We in the past, and this is more of an update, if you will. We've covered the Waffle House closures and how you can predict how bad a hurricane is going to be based on the number of Waffle Houses to close in a hurricane's path. They are the barometer for hurricane severity, and the predictions are almost 100% accurate. So this is the only time this has ever been recorded. 418 Waffle Houses closed because of COVID-19. We now have a baseline number of how bad COVID can get for a Waffle House to close. And my only worry is that this will not be the same barometer as hurricanes, because for some reason everyone is still scared of hurricanes, but no one's scared of COVID anymore.
Yeah. Because, it's over. Except for when it's not.
We had, what was it in Barrie last night or the night before? Barrie Fest. Barrie Fall Fest. I was driving through.
How many masks did you see?
When I left your house on Friday, I was driving through Barrie, and I was like, why are all the side streets closed? Like, all barricaded. Why are there so many fold-out tables everywhere? Why is there a band? Why is that place doing this? Why is what?
Why is it spitting in a face contest?
I went home and Googled, I'm like, what the fuck's happening in my town? And it was like, Barrie Fall Fest. And it was like thousands of people went out and ate out and watched fireworks and live music, and it was a whole city-wide thing. all older people. Everyone I saw out was over 40 at least.
Nobody wearing a mask.
No one wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Everyone acting like it was fucking normal.
Because, and half of them probably not even vaccinated and not wearing a mask. So, well, that's
we
great.
had a super spreader event down in Barrie.
Yeah, well,
Down
you know what?
Barrie.
We're both pretty cautious. And actually, the one thing that I was going to be, allow my guard to drop for, which was the one higher ground show, even though they require proof of vaccination to get in. I was going to go masked up, but that show was canceled because the Swedish artist was not allowed over in the United States because they were
Travel ban?
Well, they've submitted their they do daily tests, all this kind of stuff, and they still denied their visas. So
Bork.
They've
Bork.
Yeah, no, it was Bork. It was
Bork.
Yeah, it was Bork the band.
Bork.
Yeah. Bork boy band.
Bork.
Yeah.
Bork.
Bork with the boy band. Yeah.
Bork the boy band.
Oh my god, just doing layers of Borks in different really beautiful harmonies. Bork, and then the breakdown. Bork.
You get the bad boy comes in. Bork.
Yeah.
Bork. Goes back to the smooth voice.
Bork the boy band was banned for doing blackface during the Bork breakdown.
He kept saying he was doing Bork face, but we don't think that's a thing. Bork.
All right, so that's that, right? All right, we got the next story here. Parents had to pay, or are supposed to pay, $30,441 for getting rid of a son's
Also an update.
porn stash. Yes.
We covered this story. He moved out of his this guy's an adult who left his adult parents, left their house.
He's 43.
And they threw out his porn in his move.
Yep, about $30,000 plus $14,500 for the son's attorney. So that has been ironed out, and the man, this 43-year-old man with a lot of pornography. By the way,
it might have been vintage. You might have had four really good collectibles.
It had to have been, because what's the replacement value on that? $0, because you can get it online for free now. Seriously.
No, it had to be vintage, and I'm guessing it was a lot less. In my head, I hear $30,000 worth of porn. I'm thinking those totes.
Yeah.
Many, many, many totes of porn.
Yes.
And it would cost his parents a lot of money to actually throw them away because it's so much porn. The dump would charge them a lot.
Yes.
But my thought is
the old porn dumping
my
thing.
thought it was one little box, and in it was 6 or 7 things that are so valuable.
I would like to think it's an entire storage unit full.
8mm reel of can't think of a vintage porn star. Betty Page sucking off Arthur Wilson. I'm pretty sure that's a Red Dead Redemption character.
But makes it more valuable. Holy shit, she was sucking off a virtual character fucking 200 years, but no, 200 years.
30 years before CG existed.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. I mean, Betty Page, that would have been 1930.
But I just say, it could have been something like that. We don't know that it was just like a whole bunch of penthouses. Multiple version recorded over VHS tapes taken from Skinamax.
I mean, I will say this. So, throw out his collection of films, magazines, other items. And, frankly, David, I did you a big favor getting rid of all this stuff, his dad said in an email. Now, here's the thing. Maybe you did, but you have to pay $30,000 for that favor. Maybe you should have asked, hey, you sure you don't want to maybe not own $30,000 worth of pornography, son?
And maybe he won't have access to those 8 treasures anymore, and he's going to buy $30,000 worth of straight smut now.
Oh my god,
not even stuff that we consider classic vintage.
Yeah, if he just turned around and turned it into a storage unit's worth of smut, which by the way, again, or $30,000 worth of subscriptions online.
The most real doll ever.
Oh yeah,
it has worries.
Yeah. It's so real. It looks like his mom and throws out his new pornography stash.
It's got AI. It's basically just worried all the time about what's going to happen next.
God, honey, I threw out your pornography stash because I was afraid you were spending too much money on it. And she's in the dumpster herself.
Yeah.
You threw yourself away.
I broke another doll.
Yeah, definitely real mom doll.
Real mom dolls.
$30,441. Turns out to be the exact price of a definitely real mom doll.
All right, next story. Shakira attacked by wild boars. 2 boars took her purse, ran with it, dropped it. She got it back. Next story.
Boom, boom, boom. Squirrel stores 42 gallons of nuts in Fargo man's Chevy ambulance truck. Enough said.
Who measures nuts in gallons? What happened to bushels?
I think bushels and nuts.
Bushel is the standard. I don't even know what
That's
the
a nut
fuck
standard.
it is. If you tell me if you showed me a bushel right now, I could not tell you if you were lying.
You could show me a bale of hay and say this is a bushel, or a pint of berries and say this is a bushel, and I'd say both are fucking correct.
Yep.
Because I don't know what a bushel is.
So maybe gallon works
I know what a bushel
better
of
because
apples
in my
looks like.
head I could imagine gallons.
I know what a bushel of apples looks like. Because you get those by the bushel.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is that like the little paper
little
bag
bags.
they sell at the grocery store?
Yeah, I think
That's
those are bushel. I think so. That might be a gallon now.
See, I always thought a bushel was like those small wooden crates that you could carry in your arms, the round ones that people use as planters.
Yeah, no, those are planter crates.
But don't...
I think there's a smaller version of that, yeah.
So I'm angry that he's using gallons to measure
Maybe
nuts,
they're like a
but
half
also
bushel.
I'm
Maybe
angry
what
that
we're-
I don't know the proper measurement of nuts in reality, size-wise.
I want to start measuring them by Chevy Avalanche truck.
Bushel. I'm holding two objects up for Jeremiah on this podcast.
One is a book of the Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker, and another one is a shot glass.
I can tell you
also
the
by
Hellbound
Clive
Heart
Barker.
book is closer to a bushel in size.
I believe so.
But we could escalate the volume of each item.
Unless
and
you
then
base
at
it
some
on what
point-
you can actually put in either of those, in which case I would say that shot glass would
I've
hold
got
more volume.
I've got a bushel of Hellbound Hearts.
Okay.
How many books could you fit in that? See?
Well, let's go and start measuring everything by bushel.
All right. You read the last one. I got the last one. Yay. Wait, I didn't do the last one.
Okay, I'll put this
you
one in
did
there.
the last one, so I don't know what
This one's actually fun. An Illinois man has died of rabies after he was bitten by a bat about a month ago. It is the first rabies death in. I'm gonna have to actually look this up, but in Illinois, in a long load time, 70 years.
See, I thought Illinois was just
the first
a story.
human case of the virus, not even the first death from it.
I thought Illinois was just a story they told kids to scare them.
Just the fact that Illinois exists.
Yeah, like I didn't think it was real.
Chicago.
Have you ever met anyone from Illinois? I never have.
Multiple people.
Lying. You have a tell.
Oh yeah. Oh why? Oh you're gonna. Oh what are you gonna?
You kept one eye closed the entire time you talked. It's a wicked tell.
Yeah. I just put my shirt on that says I'm lying. No, I've known two people from Chicago, and
So you're an Illinois truther.
yeah. I believe Illinois exists. Yes, I believe it's not just a spot on the map to hide another Great Lake, which I think is really that's the new conspiracy, right? Fuck it, we can't pretend to spread conspiracies. People catch on to that shit.
There are no beaches on the Great Lakes. Illinois isn't real.
Yep, and Chicago is the next Narnia.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
That's all I got.
I think we're about halfway through the show.
Time for
Ready to get into the web dropping.
Spider web droppings. Web dropping. All right, we're jumping into spider web dropping. Sorry.
That's right, yep.
And just to let everyone know, this is Body Horror Edition.
Yes.
We found stories that are all horrific about the human body. So prepare to be scared shitless
or cumless.
Ooh, yeah. All right. First story. I'll start with this one.
Yeah, huh? You'll see what I'm doing. The readers.
The foreshadowing.
The foreshadowing. The foreskin shadowing on this one. Oh, man, I'm on fire.
Man undergoes surgery after reportedly pooping out of penis and ejaculating from ass for 2 years.
We didn't, maybe on, I don't know, day 2, be like, maybe I shouldn't be pooping out my dick. Now, I should know, it's not like a big old log came flying out the dick.
Fecal matter in his urine.
Yes.
And
so something that may go unnoticed.
And semen out of his anus, which was pretty accurate in the title.
Yes.
It still comes out his ass.
Yes, but I think when people are pooping out of penis, they're he's oh, Jesus.
Squeezing out a corn cob.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. Worst. Oh, man. So if he's at the urinal, he can shit and piss at the urinal, but if he's in the stall, you know what he's doing in there. He's jerking it. And then he's
blasting a cum load out his asshole.
Exactly.
Let me come in your face, honey. No, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I know. It's about a 50-50 whether or not it's going to be a log or...
What was it? I can't see back there.
Oh, shit. Literal shit.
Literal shit.
Sorry, honey. Better luck next time. It's like flipping a coin.
All right, so he had a medical issue at one
point.
He was
only 33 years old.
Yeah, I actually say, yeah.
Wow, peculiar medical issues. like how understated some of these articles. They're peculiar.
Well, apparently he had gas originally. This is how it first started.
Yeah.
He had some gas in him, and they were trying to figure out why there was gas built up in him, why there was this structure. Basically, he just couldn't get rid of it. And there was a presence of what they call a fistula, or abnormal passageway between the urethra and the rectum that was created when they tried to alleviate the gas. Essentially, it looks like they damaged part of his interior, where the fluids and the solids would pass and shouldn't mix, but they did, because they basically made like a little fistule, which is a brand new word for me.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet word.
It sounds dirty when you're talking about asses and cum and poop and all that stuff. But, so, there was a surgery, the error happened, and the ended problem was he could literally poop a little bit out of his urine, and he could cum a little bit out of his ass. I'm guessing it just leaked into his, like, rectal area.
Yeah, I think it's...
And then
yeah.
just, like, dripped out, or he had a... What are the kids in the hall... Not Kids in the Hall, the New Kids in the Block call it, or... No.
New Kids in the Hall.
What was the other one? The other skit comedy show where they had the anal skit with the mom and dad, and he called her Poops Frosted Flakes, or...
Oh, I don't know. With the state?
Frosted Mini Wheats, he called
Was
them.
it the state? Or...
No, it was one with the guy who just died.
Well, which one? Monty Python?
No, the one where the guy just died.
I don't know.
Oh, the other skit comedy show. Whitest Kids You Know.
Oh, okay.
There was the one with the mom and dad
There's
were
like,
grossing
like
out.
20 sketch comedy shows. Yeah, it was like...
it was the one where the
Upright
mom and
Citizens
dad were
Brigade.
grossing out the kids who were hanging out, and they're like, your mom likes anal now. It really relieves the stress. And then he's like, we just had anal sex. We need to get your mom back home before she poops out those little frosted mini wheats up her bum. So, yes. So the medical teams basically had to go in and figure out what happened. They found the penetration, if you will, between the two cavities, and they had to fix them up. This all stemmed, and it wasn't just gas. It was from a cocaine and PCP intoxication that he had been admitted into the hospital.
Okay.
And
we were just talking about PCP.
it's funny, the story started talking about gas, which is why I got sidetracked. I read the story first 2 days ago, so I kind of forgot some of the details. It was because he had PCP and cocaine, went to the hospital
Sounds like a hell of a night.
because they knocked him out. He went into like a mini coma, and while in the mini coma, they put a catheter up in him, and one of those gas pockets apparently was pushing organs around, and everything was not quite where it was, and the catheter kind of just went blip and poked a hole between two parts that shouldn't have a hole.
Oh.
And a fistula, I guess, is when those two parts more or less heal together.
So this was
they make like a new channel that shouldn't exist.
Yeah, so this is like, though, this is actually not his fault then.
No.
Not that it would be his fault anyway, but...
Jim, again? Yeah. We're sick and tired of you coming back. First of all, this is Planned Parenthood. We can't fix this.
You're, for some reason, the only place my shitty American insurance will cover.
Can't you just abort the semen in my ass? But yeah, this is a very rare case. Fistulas do exist, but they don't always result in this exact situation. And no, he does not poop logs out of his dick. Still, body horror.
Yes.
Shits out dick, comes out ass.
Yes, I believe that was the name of the show we were going with today.
I'm good with it, yep. We can actually move on to the next one because that really doesn't have a lot of content to work off of.
We had created a little bit of extra stuff ahead of time, so we're good there. All right, we are going to move on to somebody who can... wait, I got to make sure I'm correct in this. Is this the woman...
This is the woman with the eye socket.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just want to make sure because I opened these in order like 3 days ago and realized that we may have changed the order of them. All right. Mother, 34, who lost her eye to deadly cancer, has turned, let's say, lemons into lemonade or cancer into cancer-aid. And can turn, let's say, deadly cancer can blow out candles through her empty eye socket. With the mother of two who lost her eye to deadly cancer, she's revealed how she's now able to blow out candles.
She's like a superhero.
Yeah. So she's only 34. Been living with one eye after undergoing an operation in June of 2018 and to remove a tumor. And it turns out that apparently you can force enough air up through there. I'm guessing by... I'm trying to think of how it would...
I'm not sure, but I've seen people blow bubbles out of the corner of their eye using just like the eye wetness, you know? I've seen that where people hold their mouth, their nose, and they blow really hard, and somehow it goes out their eye, so... the reason why she has a hole big enough to actually blow air through, because you think when they take an eye, they
waiting for an
seal
operation,
it.
yeah.
She's waiting up for another operation,
to patch it up.
And in the meantime, the skin dried out and actually pulled away a little bit to make a hole.
Yeah, and so she's going to have the operation to clear things up, but in the meantime, she has been going viral on the TikTok by, Blowing out candles. Honestly,
TikTok, my favorite app, where it's just human deformities and
your
freak
algorithm.
shows.
You know what? Your algorithm's getting fucked after that one.
I mean, there are a lot of people who have disabilities who play them up for laughs on TikTok. Like, it's a huge category.
Somebody's algorithm is just feeding them all that. And honestly, if that's what you want to see, and these people are going viral and they're liking their likes and all this kind of ridiculous stuff, then fine.
There's the dude who looks like a human Quado. Like, he really doesn't have a whole lot going for him. You can tell he's a human because he has a head and a chest, even though it's probably baby-sized, but he's like a full-grown man. And he just lays in the bed with his medical equipment doing TikToks. And when everyone was getting their coronaviruses, not the viruses, the vaccines this past spring.
We just lined up and
lining up at CDC.
Honestly, in this day and age, I wouldn't be surprised if just to own the libs, a bunch of people are in line to get the fucking virus. Yeah, that's right.
I heard there's a guy at CVC who'll cough on you for $20.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, the vaccine,
own the libs!
You know, in the same CVC, the vaccine's literally free.
No, fuck that. I want ivermectin and this guy to fucking cough on me. Own the libs!
There's a guy, like I said, who basically looks like a Quado on TikTok, and anyone who has TikTok's seen this guy at least once because he has so many viral videos. But I love the vaccine one he did back in like March, April, May, where he's like literally just has a thing saying on a black screen like, "I got vaccinated yesterday. Let's see how that turned out." And he's in the bed just flailing his like little Yoda arms and his like flipper leg and his tentacle leg. Like, the guy literally looks like a fucking thing from a Cthulhu H.P. Lovecraft kind of movie.
Yeah.
Pity on the dude, but he does so many videos and his sense of humor is so good about it. Like, it's not self-deprecating always, but he always incorporates his disability into something that could make you laugh, not at him, but with him.
And then them owning it, being like, this is who I am, and I'm getting ahead of this by, I can laugh at my own bullshit and realize that, like, you know, you can still just have some fun with shit. So, and this woman is in doing the same, has gotten about 15 million views on one of her videos. And actually, the way she does it apparently is using a toilet paper roll to direct the eye out of her socket.
Directional airflow.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to blow all over the place. You know.
I hope it has a sound. I've never seen the videos. I haven't been on TikTok to look at them. I mean, I just hope, like, out of her eye, it's like.
You go, girl.
I get the candle. She's like huffing. All that sound comes out of her eye, but she's like.
And meanwhile, one of her friends just like, yeah, oh yeah, you got her out the bat.
It doesn't do anything but make really raunchy fart sounds with no directionality.
15 million.
And a friend's always like,
yeah.
Tricking her the whole time. Like, it's an actual story where she goes on, like, Good Morning America, and her friend's like, I should really come out on stage to give you support when Oprah asks you to blow out the candle.
Yeah. She's out of the corner of her mouth.
But she's like, no. I'm sick of you riding my coattails.
Oh, yeah. So it's just like I can do it. I can do it.
Stay in the green room. This is my time to shine. She just goes out and it's like, Oprah, I want to show you my trick. She's like, I'm ready to see your trick. That's Oprah.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
And then she just like sits there for literally 4 minutes, like,
Wait, no, I can do it. I can do it.
Like, after a while, passes out from lack of oxygen to her brain, falls on the candle, blows it out with her face.
Loses her other eye.
Gets an infection from the frosting.
Anyway, the good thing is, I will say that, a lot of people have been cheering her on for, as being, this is not scary but inspiring, unique and beautiful. This is who you are. I do agree absolutely with like what we were saying. If you've got some of these, these things that, I don't know, might otherwise cause you some duress and you're concerned about people looking at you a certain way or behaving a certain way around you, when you can own it like that, I'd say fucking go. I mean, I'm sure thousands of people are also saying awful things, but you know what? Fuck them. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I try not to read the comments on disabled people's funny TikToks.
Because there's going to be the worst of the fucking worst people. Like, these are people who are like, if I had like any of the disabilities that some of these people that go out there and like fucking conquer, I would be holed up. I'd be like Googling how to fucking kill myself half the time. Like, these people who are just like, you know what? I made everything better. I just went out and I fucking did it. I owned it. I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. So kudos to these people who can be like, you know what? This is who I am now, and I'm gonna. I gotta overcome
this. Radically different in a way. I would use it for humor's sake. Like, I would.
Yeah, there's only a few things where I'm like, I don't think I could keep going. You know, like there's certain things that would be a little tough.
Like if I got diagnosed with cancer in the next year, I think I'm going to go on Facebook and I'm going to do the one with the balloons and the smiling and be like, got cancer, y'all.
Oh yeah, well, something like cancer, which I expect. You know,
like I would come out proud of it. Like
there's a pretty good chance in this day and age with the numbers the way they are, one of us is going to have cancer.
One of the two of us.
Yeah. Like it's about 50-50 now. I'm pretty
All right,
sure.
you hear that, listeners? Start your Deadpool for the Lost and No podcast. We'll be putting up a page on the new website.
I could
It'll
go.
just be a picture of you and me with like everyone can vote. We can do like a little poll with like those red bars behind us, like cancer bars.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the thing about cancer, it's not like heart disease. I'd be, I'm more overweight, so I would actually get that vote. No,
I used to be a smoker.
Cancer could be anybody.
Heart disease. I used to be a smoker. So
that's true. Yeah, we may have evened out there.
Yeah.
So
no longer one, but
so
used to be. Damage probably done.
Yeah, not smoking is pretty damn good. That's good.
Yeah, I'd like to just say the damage was done from the smoking because otherwise, like, no consequences.
Yeah. Hashtag no consequences. Yeah, gotta celebrate my hashtag with a cigarette.
You can smoke for 20 years as long as you promise to quit at the end.
Yeah, just at the end.
It's like being an asshole at a Catholic where you repent at the last minute and go to heaven.
Oh, it just definitely works. Epstein's up in heaven right now. Yeah. Fucking all the little boys, the priests.
Just running behind these little kids.
Which is funny because that's those kids' hell. Like, one man's heaven is another one's hell.
That's the point. Shitty kids go to Epstein's heaven.
Yeah.
I like that as a concept. That, like, Kevin and hell are not quite as black and white.
No, it's actually one place, but different pockets. So you're
fluid.
Like, this though they actually match them up. They're like, wait a minute, this person's heaven and this person's hell. Boom, we got it.
Yeah,
Serial killers love murdering people. Like, so wait, that they would go to hell probably. I was just like, when they go to heaven,
wow, yeah. I mean, theoretically, everyone goes to heaven or hell, but both have good and bad.
We also just imply that Jeffrey Epstein is definitely in heaven, which is also not the stance the podcast wants to take.
It might be the title of the episode now.
Jeffrey Epstein is definitely in heaven. And canceled.
Well, out of context, it would probably get some people to listen. They'd be like, whoa, what the hell stance is this?
Yeah, okay, we'll get around the 42-minute mark.
Yeah, no,
for like 30 seconds. It's called clickbait. With clickbait,
it's a clickbait title because Jeffrey Epstein's in heaven, and his hell is shitty kids are in his heaven.
Yeah,
and he can't fuck them. He's always trying to, and that's his hell.
But he's
not. They're always just out of reach.
So it could be hell for both of them because it would be hell for him because first of all they're always running from Jeffrey Epstein, and Jeffrey Epstein is never quite catching them.
Because we can't say Jeffrey Epstein catches them and fucks them.
No. Well, that would be his heaven.
That would get us canceled, and we own the show. We would cancel ourselves.
That's true. Yeah,
it has to be Jeffrey
because
Epstein's
that would be him in heaven. So Jeffrey Epstein's in hell, but also little kids are in hell. So hell is like one person's hell can feed into it. Actually, really makes hell a lot more efficient because you only need 50% of the space in hell.
Yeah, you can't have infinite demons.
Yeah. So you're essentially like, okay, what can we combine into this one person's? Because that's like every time you get a new shitty kid.
That's like a workflow thing that got one demon a wicked promotion.
Oh, definitely.
Like, we have a demon torturing every single person here. There's like 2 trillion people.
There's 1 Jeffrey Epstein. He can torture like 27 kids.
Yeah.
You know what? We get a 28th, pop him right down.
Wait for Cosby. We're down here any fucking day now.
Every shitty woman.
Not only does Cosby get to rape every shitty woman who belongs in hell.
Well, he gets to almost rape them.
But we find the guy who made the cappuccino maker who we know is in hell. Or we make him watch what his device did.
So it's
and the jury that said that... Oh, no, it wasn't a jury. The lawyer that helped Cosby get out of jail... Put him in the same...
I feel like this is now just like we just turned hell into Benny Hill where a bunch of people are chasing after each other.
It's just one long chain of...
Because it's just
we start with a child who is shitty. He's chased by a pedophile, who's chased by a murderer, who's chased by a...
exactly. Who's chased by a law enforcement officer.
Hell's like a Congo line with Benny Hill music where everyone wants to kill the person in front of them.
Yeah, and then just it's Satan kicking back and enjoying the green.
Everyone wants to kill the person in front of them except for the front person. So the front person might just be a demon.
I think the front person is
It'd be like a greyhound in a greyhound race. You need something.
And that's what it is.
It's a little greyhound. It's the shittiest greyhound who was ever born in the history of Earth.
So
that greyhound knows what it did.
That demon that
because they chased the rabbit,
figured all this out.
The rabbit.
Like that's that demon. So that demon now is like that's the one demon in hell necessary. That one demon.
I was thinking the greyhound dog at the front would be the rabbit that he had always chased. So he's now the rabbit.
Okay.
and everyone's chasing the rabbit, like greyhound races.
Okay.
I don't even know if those exist anymore. We might have younger listeners who are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
It's when you used to beat dogs and watch them run around a track and make money
Try to catch a robot rabbit.
Yeah, I think
actually, at first it was a real rabbit.
I'm pretty
then
sure
they changed to robot.
I'm pretty sure they still have dog races. They have horse races.
I say robot rabbit. It was a fucking stuffy on a stick that went around in a circle.
Yeah, just a bunch of dumb dogs running after a dumb stick.
I actually don't know the mechanics behind that. I'd like to think it had like a slave quarters in the middle with a big round wheel, and they had to push it, which pushed the rabbit around.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's just people like pushing a wheel.
If like people with drums,
Being whipped. The drummer's in the middle of the wheel,
like a fucking Viking ship.
I want that. I want like a 1950s Greyhound track scene in a movie where they zoom in with the camera like with a drone and you're following the dog and you go up and you follow the rabbit and then when you get to the rabbit you hook in into the
and
hub.
just see the inner workings of that one rabbit.
And it's just all these slaves with shackles being whipped and boom boom
hey over somebody
but everyone's like accountants and stuff. They got pocket protectors and
I'm digging it. Okay, I think that's good enough content for this story. I think.
It's a scene out of a movie we didn't even really flesh out.
Nope, it's good. Yeah. All right.
You know that part of that movie where they really show the inner workings of a Greyhound track.
Sure, perfect.
It's the Hudsucker Proxy 2.
Oh right.
Instead of it being about hula hoops,
for kids.
It's about the invention of the robot rabbit.
Yes, yeah, for the kids.
Which once again isn't a robot. It's a stuffy on a stick.
Yeah.
Powered
by
slaves.
Attorney slaves and Viking ship war drummers, I guess.
Yes.
Anyway, so you got the next story.
There needs to be a bottomless pit too at some point where if someone falls down and can't push anymore, they Sparta kick them into it.
like every Greyhound, everybody knows every Greyhound track has a bottomless pit in the middle. All right, we got to build a new Greyhound track. All right, we need 35 years to dig the bottomless pit, and then we'll be good.
Oh, that's how long it takes to dig a bottomless pit?
35 years.
35 years, we finally hit not bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. Then pop out the other side. You start to belong to China now.
That's the only way you could do that would be to Bugs Bunny it and literally end up on the other side because otherwise there's a bottom. There's always a bottom.
Oh, I'm afraid this place ain't zoned for bottomless pits. Yeah. Got a lot of red tape to cut through before you can get this Greyhound track.
You'd have to angle it just right too, or else you'd end up like weirdly off in your angle and under the ocean or something.
Yeah. Well, can't you just build this Greyhound track without a bottomless pit? Build a Greyhound track without a bottomless pit, he says. Okie dokie. I'll just go ahead and build a bathroom without doing it next, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'll start the next one.
Yeah, this might be the last story. I don't know. It depends on our timing here. We might have a few minutes.
We have a Frankenstein robbery. A scorned wife raids her ex-husband's cryogenics lab, stealing frozen brains of people who hope to be brought back to life someday through the miracles of science.
Did he own the lab or did he just work there?
It was his lab.
He owned it.
Yeah, I mean, someone has to.
I mean, somebody has to own it, but...
They don't grow.
By the way, is this the...
Hey, I found one of those cryogenic labs in the woods. I'm claiming it.
I didn't know...
I pissed the perimeter around it to keep the skunks out.
I didn't know if it was like, he had the key, but like, I was like, oh no, yeah, it looks like he was just... Ex-husband's lab where he was storing frozen bodies. That doesn't sound like it's necessarily on the up and up.
No, it was a business. He had he had full bodies, he had brains, he had cats and dogs. He had basically anything people wanted cryogenically frozen. For that... I'm guessing, honestly, it's probably going to happen someday where these things can be brought back. The damage damage that happens during freezing would be the only issue. Like, I feel like you'd be bringing back a lot of people who just aren't themselves anymore. You know what I mean? Like, we were able to thaw and completely fix all the organ failures of Tom. Here's Tom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's not a zombie. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Just brains don't freeze well.
Yeah.
So he's a completely functioning human. But a lot of his brain is frozen.
And therefore he does want to... He does also want to eat brains. So he's very much like a zombie.
If you ever tried to bake a chicken nugget you find outside of the bag covered in frost crystals in the back of your freezer?
Of course you have.
Yeah, of course you have. Everyone has. It doesn't come out crispy and fresh. It comes out kind of weird, a little tough in places.
Tom's that chicken nugget.
Tom's that chicken nugget.
Oh, I get that. Tom's that chicken
Tom's
nugget.
hungry. He's here to talk about chicken nuggets, and he's hungry.
Okay, so what's the fee to put him down? Okay.
Definitely not a zombie, though, right? Well, he's the first person we've woken up. I mean,
he does want to eat brains.
First
he doesn't
chicken
have
nugget
them.
we've thought.
He's the first freezer burn chicken nugget we've thought.
We're gonna go on the assumption, no, he's not a zombie, because there's nothing that would actually inherently make him eat human flesh. No, we can't guarantee that, and you did sign a waiver.
There was that he may not be a zombie, but clause in there.
There was a zombie clause. We made sure to put one in because, hey, medical science goes further. Maybe necronomical science goes further.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't know if the Church of Satan outdid the Harvard University.
That's right. And you did find
Harvard University.
And you did sign the necronomic clause, so...
Necronomic clause is a good show title,
That's
too.
That's pretty good. All right. We haven't even gotten past the headline on this one.
Yeah,
I had a question about that.
Yeah. She was angry. Valerie.
Valerie Udalova,
59 years old.
Yep. And the guy, I think she was married to, her ex-husband was only 41.
And she had the help of some of the staff of her company. They don't mention which company she owns or why her staff helped her. But they grabbed the remains.
Rival cryogenic, like they're all over the place.
From across the street, it's like
they're
Starbucks
all over this place, wherever the fuck these guys are
It's the
from.
Starbucks on every corner kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You go to Russia and it's like a cryogenics lab on every corner.
Yeah, budget cryo. Yeah, come on over to budget cryo. Free coffee with every budget cryo freeze.
Your stamp card.
Yeah,
punch card.
Yeah, hey, what do you
get
know?
A free cryo every fifth cryo.
Yeah. Free.
God damn it! My family's only 4 family members deep.
Free order of frozen freezer burn chicken nuggets.
Man, what a waste of a cryo punch card when you only have 4 family members. All right, so
okay, it's in Russia. Yeah, of course. There's definitely a cryogenics lab on because you don't even have to do. Dude, it's cold enough there where you just literally just like just dump them in a fucking snowbank. You're like, yeah, it's cryo.
So a couple things about the story. Number
cryo
one,
bank.
She was 59. Her husband, the owner
41.
of the lab she broke into, was 41.
Yep.
She broke in with her own staff, and they stole bodies and brains, both.
But the lab is Russia's leading cryo storage facility.
This one is leading?
That's what it said, yeah. Sorry,
Yep. They drained the liquid nitrogen from the giant flasks containing the frozen bodies, and and where they kept the brains, and they started loading them on the trucks. And at this point, the police started to intervene, and she basically left, taking someone's brain with her. Just under her arm, like.
And just if she chooses, it's like, oh, no, I'm just gonna do this one brain.
She sees blue lights and is like, I'm not getting out of here empty-handed.
Yeah, just stuffing brains in her pockets, like somebody just stealing the money out of an ATM, at the end.
Just shoves it right in her pants.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ! Ain't gonna check here.
She's wearing yoga pants, so it's just this weird brain-shaped camel toe.
Yeah, you ain't allowed to ask me about my camel toe.
It's got the brain cleave, so it does kind of camel toe, but it also looks like a giant ball sack.
She's right. Russian law does not allow us to ask her about her camel toe. It is a weird Russian law, but Putin.
That's it. Yeah, that's all. They just sign off.
Fuck it, Putin.
Yeah, it never says what her staff is. But
it said the police did not catch Valeria?
Nope, she got away, which means she'll get caught at some point.
Yeah.
But she damaged several bodies, she damaged several brains, and she got away with a single brain. If this were a story in America, it would make headline
so you can
news.
save just the brain for 11,000, what's that? The
rubles?
Pounds?
Rubles?
I think it's a British story.
It is a British story, yes.
Yeah, so whatever the fucking Brits use. 26,000 to save the entire body, or 11,000. So people are really having a lot of trust in science, despite what they see around the world, where we're not going to have scientists for very much longer. You guys, everybody's anti-science now.
There's a Venn diagram of people who don't believe in science, vaccines, COVID, etc., but who would also fork out $10,000 to put their brain in a jar.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's probably a perfect circle.
26,000 for the whole body, but I don't like my body, so just my brain. You put that in Jessica Alba's body later? I guess. Sure.
If she ever gets frozen here, that's a promise. Only if she ever got frozen here, but it's a long shot because we're a Russian company.
This seems like a safe. First of all, I look at these weird fucking silos with these chains attached and just a shed, and this was the top. This is the top cryo lab, and
I want them to get the brain back from her, the police, and find out it's still viable, and they refreeze it, and then 1,000 years from now they unthaw it, they stick it in a body, they wake it up, and the first thing it's like, so much happened. So much happened.
It's reacting to everything that's happened since. First of all, it's sleeping for a while, and then it's just like, oh shit, what's going on? There's
it's vague memories of being left on a Subway counter, like a Subway restaurant, just set there while she orders an Italian sub.
Yeah, oh my god!
And then being dropped and kicked,
shoved into the pants,
shoved down her pants. Just
well, he's got about 63 years of this. Get out of his system.
Just set him down. He'll tucker himself out.
Yeah.
Definitely not a zombie, though. Wait,
right.
have we proven they're not zombies
All
yet?
right. Yeah. This one wants to be put in Jessica Alba's body. Unfortunately, Jessica Alba was not frozen, but Rosie O'Donnell was. So here we go.
Next
Mister.
day, news conference. Rosie O'Donnell, do you have anything to say?
Actually, that's just Rosie O'Donnell's normal. Oh, Rosie, why did I pick on you? I don't even know. It was the first name that came to my mind. I don't have any problem with that.
This is better than the holograms over.
Oh.
1,000 years in the future, the only hologram celebrity that exists from our time period, Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
All the other files corrupted in the big war. All of them. Just Rosie O'Donnell survived.
We got Rosie
She
O'Donnell.
thought ahead. She hid it in the seed factory underground. The seed, what do they call them? The repositories?
Oh, yeah.
Where they hope, like, if all life on Earth dies, you can go down and grab those seeds and Johnny Apple fucking tart them across the world. But Rosie O'Donnell was left down there, too. And she was the only surviving hologram of the hologram wars.
That's right.
Where Tom Cruise and Ben Stiller holograms killed each other on the battlefield. And so
none of them had apostrophes in the name, which really fucked up the old file system, so nobody actually could corrupt that one because it already fucked up. So RosieO'Donnell.exe survived.
Yeah.
We just got to hit double click on that one.
The old celebrity hologram wars. So many real people died.
To save all these holograms. Tom Cruise's hologram. Why is the hologram doing that? Doesn't even have a fucking brain attack.
He just keeps trying to run down planes. He just chases planes like a dog chases cars.
We copied him during a shoot of Mission Impossible 17.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a loss of the Tom Cruise hologram. He really did just chase planes like a dog chasing cars.
Mostly. Yep. And there he is, jumping on the couch, just like like a dog, actually. He's much like a dog, that Tom Cruise. Oh, Tom. You are just like a dog.
I want to see the great celebrity hologram wars. Everyone gets digitized at some point. And they're actors. I mean, they can act. You can take the hologram and be like, you're now doing There's Something About Mary 10. Well, and the hologram can remember all the old movies, extrapolate, do it, and it thinks kind of. It's like AI.
We actually, in a way longer ago show, we actually had that, like, as part of our new content, that thought of people, like, essentially celebrities toward the end of their life, uploading themselves for, like, a large fee, be like, oh, I'm Tom Cruise.
I'm $1 million.
$250 million.
Yeah.
Like seriously, because they could make movies for the rest of time. Be like, now you can train an algorithm, an AI, on me and use my likeness in perpetuity for the rest of time.
And if it doesn't do it right, it's a computer thing, so you can just make it do it right.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So, like, but that's the other thing too, is you're not going to have the autonomy of the actor, which is probably great for directors. So now directors, real flesh and blood actors, nobody's gonna.
You build that in. You basically leave errors in the code.
But no, actors will go out of style because everybody's just going to use the same actors forever. Because if you can just go like, oh, you know what, we want 19-year-old Jessica Alba in this movie. Jessica Alba's on my mind.
For the 1000th anniversary of Titanic, we present Titanic, where every part is played by Leonardo DiCaprio. It's all Leo, everyone. He draws a naked Leo in the Leo drawing naked Leo.
Yeah.
Leo drowns when Leo doesn't let Leo on the door.
Oh my God, Leo in the band just sinking while Leo's like
Leo in the band. Yep.
Oh my God.
There's 8 Leos playing concerto as they drown.
We're just gonna drown like this. Yeah, we got paid $40 to do this. Fuck it.
2 kid Leos playing stickball outside the Titanic before it launches.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, nothing. It's the nothing but Leo's
the Leo
edition.
You wanted to see. At the very end, it's a really old Leo throwing a necklace in the sea.
I just love the like it's so like
starring
shittily,
Leo.
I just like the nothing but Leo's edition. You know, like a classic, like one of those shitty cereals, like nothing but marshmallows. Yeah. Whoa, nothing but Leo's.
I would like hope that in your own home you could pick whatever you wanted. Like, I want to watch Star Wars: A New Hope, but it's all Michael Cera. Like you could be that much of a brat at home.
You could just.
I want to watch Michael Cera do Star Wars.
Yeah,
and Alexa would be like, okay. Like at this point, it's tired of you.
Yeah, that's right.
It's grown several generations and has an attitude. It fucking hates you.
Yeah, I want Al Pacino as Jar Jar Binks.
All you hear from little Desica goes,
Really? Are you sure? Yes!
And then it goes on the big screen instantly, because it can instantly happen with quantum computing.
Oh, Misa, Wisa, Moho, so Misa. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst.
You have the force.
Yeah. Misa, oh, so Misa. Oh, man, Al Pacino just doing a racist Jamaican accent.
Misa, gun. Yeah.
Ooh, hey, great ass. Wow, this algorithm fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It just says something with his voice, and this is great ass or hooah.
Yeah.
Which is honestly all you need out of Al Pacino.
I'd like to watch the dirtiest, raunchiest anal porn ever, but everyone in it's Salacious Crumb from Return of the Jedi.
Okay, all right.
See, when we get to that point where sandboxing is that legitimate, where there's quantum computers, you can talk to your computer, say that, it can quantumly make it instantly.
And it's going to be like within minutes you're watching that ridiculous bullshit, and then you get to monetize it online.
Yeah, there won't be movies made anymore at that point. It'll be like TikTok or YouTube where you like, what did some creator create that's mind-blowing?
Yes, and now there won't be any new creators, new actors, or anything because
you just got old ones.
Because you'll be able to like use.
For some reason, we stopped in 2021.
Yeah. Hey, what do you know?
All we've got left is Salacious Crumb, Ron Perlman, and Al Pacino.
Don't forget me! Oh, Tom Cruise, eh?
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Oh, and Rosie O'Donnell would be in none of those movies because she's in the Seed Vault.
Yeah, I'm the only one who's here who's a hologram who's actually unemployed as well. Nobody wants me for nothing.
Oh, an unemployed hologram?
I'm free, guys! Seriously!
We'll work for charging Doc.
Yeah, nobody's asked for you on Alexa or Siri or nothing, so you're fine. All right, I think we just hit the end of the show, and we just got a lot of new content out of that one. Did we actually finish that? Yeah, we finished that.
Close enough. She stole a brain. She
stole a brain.
We don't know if she gave it back. The story hasn't updated.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on that.
All right, so we're going to go out on some music. We're going to go out on Griffin. GRFN?
Yes, exactly. I don't know.
On SoundCloud.
Can you make sure that's the way it is?
Nah.
I think you should. You want to make sure it's okay. Yeah, all right. But yeah, so this is not to be confused with Griffin, the EDM artist. This is to do with GRFN on SoundCloud, and we're going to go ahead and play one of Griffin's tracks. Check out Griffin on SoundCloud. There's a lot more where that came from. Actually, about 4 or 5 more where that came from. Great singer-songwriter, friend of the show, and you will enjoy what we got for you right now. And until next time for Halloween month, this is Jeremiah saying get lost.
Get lost.
Oh, now I feel like a dick. I didn't say it like that. Get lost.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like I was having a stroke.
Get lost.
Get lost.
Farther from the path there lie the fallen still, waiting for the scavengers to have their fill. Make their fate mine just in due time. I will wait for her to sit beside me. So paint your door with blood and mine with water, because breaking all the rules just makes her run faster. My exile's over, I love you stronger. When life's your mistress, there is no master. So let your demons out to stake their claim. Let your servants cry your holy name. I could never, after you, look at anybody else the same. So darling, steal my eyes and take my pain. And I'd set fire to the house to keep you warm at night. I'd protect you even though I am too scared to fight. 'Cause I'm high when you're around and I'm scared to touch the ground. Then you're gone, so darling, even if I die, I know the moon will still rise to guide you home. So let's run away from time. Let me make you mine, make me yours. Make the days fade away and the nights wild, and may it take all the same. Let your demons out to stake their claim. Oh, paint your skies with wine and mine with rain. I could never, after you, look at anybody else the same. So darling, steal my eyes and take my pain. All my pillars of salt are crumbling. I'll make known my bitter lies, 'cause I'm high when you're around and I'm scared to touch the ground and you're gone. Darling, even if I die, I know the moon will still rise to guide you home. Farther from the path there lie the fallen still, waiting for the scavengers to have their fill. Make their fate mine just in due time. I will wait for her to sit beside me. So just sit by and wait for the sunset, and let life just pass on by. 'Cause I'm high when you're around and I'm scared to touch the ground and you're gone. So darling, even if I die, I know the moon will still rise to guide you home. So darling, even if I die, I know that the moon